Hi, I'm Joyce Danger, and I'm here today with my friend, Director Jean Zawistowski, and she's been with Mary Kay. Well, she's longer than I have, and long.
More forever.
But she did have a life before Mary Kay, and I've asked her to share kind of why she decided to give Mary Kay a try all those years ago. Maybe a little bit about what you did before Mary Kay, and she's just going to be sharing a little bit with us. So thanks for joining us.
I was a high school French teacher, and God works in mysterious ways. I really think it was a God thing. I was teaching, and I was getting nervous with declining enrollment, whether I would still have a French teaching job. And so all of a sudden, a friend invited me to a Mary Kay class, and this little voice in my mind says, "Why don't you see if they're looking for someone?" So I called the person who had done the class, Karen Costas, and said, "Are you ever looking for people to do Mary Kay?" And with great hesitancy, because I had no confidence in myself in that arena at all. And there was silence on the other end of the phone. And I thought, she doesn't want me. What it turned out to be was she was a DIQ and certainly wanted someone on her team. And so I started in Mary Kay, but with a very hesitant beginning. I signed up, I ordered my business cards because we were supposed to, and as a teacher I always did what you should, but was I going to tell anybody? I kept them in the desk at school and never passed them out. And the Spanish teacher decided enough of this, so she took my card and spread it around. And I remembered one night after school, the principal's secretary hollered down the hall, "Jean, are you in Mary Kay?" And I said, "Yes." And she said, "Well, I need some masks. Can you bring it?" And I said, "Yes." And all of a sudden I thought, well, maybe this isn't that bad that people are finding out. But it was a very slow beginning with absolutely no confidence. So if you know people like that, don't give up on them. You never know what can happen.
Wow. Now, were you a makeup kind of girl at that time?
No, lipstick on a good day, maybe, mascara, but I certainly wasn't into makeup. It was not my thing. But you just don't know what's going to happen. For me, what intrigued me wasn't the makeup part. It was the possibility of the career. When I could see what could happen.
Okay.
Probably not for me, but for someone. And I think we go through stages. When I started, it was the, "Oh no, not me." And then it got to be, well, maybe I could. And then, my gosh, I'm doing it. So it was kind of fun.
So how did you then, from this part-time working full-time as a French teacher and then working part-time in Mary Kay, and then somewhere along the line you decided to take it up a notch and become,
and take it seriously.
Take it seriously, and you develop a career with Mary Kay.
I was having fun, and I could see others doing it. And I could see, oh, she can do it because she's tall and blonde and gorgeous. That was Shirley, our director. She can do it because she's short, petite, and brunette. But could I do it? But I decided I wanted to give it a try. We could see where it could go. And at that time, teaching, they were suffering declining enrollments. And I thought I need to do something because I probably will not be teaching that much longer. As it turned out, I could have taught forever. But I started having fun, and it was just fun. I put the money back into product and back into business tools, and then I had everything I needed. And I didn't want to start living on two incomes. So what I did was put the profit in the bank, and I started seeing that grow, and I thought, I'm getting kind of tired of this teaching thing. This is a lot more fun, and if there's the money in it, I think I'm ready to make a switch. So I started seriously working Mary Kay, and I put the money aside so that I could still draw my teacher's salary. If I didn't quite make it in Mary Kay, I'd have this little cushion I could take money out of. I've always been very conservative that way. And I took a 3-year extended leave. I wasn't doing anything rash and foolish, like quit my job.
Okay.
But it was a year into it where I was working it as a business that I realized I was never going back to teaching. So I called and canceled my 3-year leave, and all the other teachers said, "Oh, good." And I went off and did my Mary Kay thing, and some of them are still teaching, bless their hearts.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow, and that's been
It's been a long time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that is great.
So it was fun.
So do you look back when you look back at it over these years, what kinds of, like, what things make you glad that you decided to stick with Mary Kay, or
I feel like right now a lot of my friends have retired, are retiring. People are asking me, when are you going to retire? And I thought, from what? I mean, this. I feel like I retired when I started in Mary Kay, because we set our own hours, and we can do what we want when we want, if we want. We get paid exactly for what we do, but it gives us so much flexibility. I feel like I retired. I cannot imagine retiring from Mary Kay because it's too fun. So play with pay. I think it's a good thing.
all right, that is a good thing. So you said that you were shy when you started, and there were certain stories or certain yeses that made all the difference for you when you talked about the gal in the office asking you, but there was a couple other stories you've mentioned.
Oh yes, it didn't happen overnight. It was a slow procedure. I remember one class I had done, and the woman had left early, and she didn't want anything. I said, well, I thought maybe it was money. No. And she finally said, my husband just doesn't want me to wear anything. So I said, well, we're just glad you came. And so she went home, and the phone rang, and it was for me while I was still at the class, and I never gave my hostess's numbers out. And she said, it's for you. And it was, the woman had gone home, and her husband looked at her and said, gosh, you're looking good. He didn't even know I had anything on. I want it all. He just didn't want a made-up looking woman as his wife. And when he realized how beautiful she was and didn't look made up, he was all for it. Then there was a man that called one night, and he said, are you the woman that did that Mary Kay thing to my wife the other night? I went, yes. I did that a lot. Yes. And he said, well, you know, she's got a birthday coming up, and she sure looks swell. Could she just pack up whatever she was wearing? Yes.
Oh, sweet.
And so those are, and there was another funny one where one of the secretaries of the central office people called, and I didn't realize it was her at first. It almost sounded like an obscene phone call. There was this low, whispery voice, and she said, Jane, it's Susie, and I've gotten 5 compliments today, and they don't know what it is. They say, gosh, you're looking good. Did you get a new whatever? But we know, don't we? Bye. I thought, okay. So when I realized that I was having fun doing it and people were appreciating what I had done, it was a winning combination. I can't imagine doing anything else.
Oh, that makes all the difference. It's
It
so
does
fun
make all the difference.
when you see that difference in other people.
Yeah. And when they acknowledge it, it's like, and I felt I was part of that. So it was good.
That is great, great. Thanks for sharing. We'll be back in just a little bit with some other ideas, so thank you.
Okay.